All right, good people, good people. Welcome back. Can't believe we're saying this, Z, but it is week 5. And
Craziness.
as we
Craziness.
and as we said last week, we are in the month of October. Some people call it spooky season. We know it's fall slash autumn in most places. Matter of fact, all places it should be, but I know the temperatures might not reflect that in all areas of the country. But we here though, fresh off of another victory. So needless to say, one of two teams left in the entire league that is undefeated. So Z, I will start with you first, man. How you feeling coming off the victory? How you feeling coming off the week? Period. You know what I mean? We finally got a game after 9 to 10 days. So how you feeling?
Hey, first of all, we are in the zone with V and Z.
Facts.
Slight introduction for
Facts.
those who may not know us. I'm Z. It's my boy V,
Yes,
and
sir.
you're in the zone with us. But to the original question, I feel good, man. And again, another dub, which at the end of the day is what I'm looking to see. Uh, Score prediction did not turn out the way that I expected it.
No.
A little bit closer than what I thought. However,
However,
dub's a dub.
yes.
We walk out, no major injuries outside of a punter. No disrespect to the punter game,
Yeah.
but no major injuries. Walk out with another win. The other undefeated teams in the AFC lost. So again, 4-0, sitting pretty. I'm happy. I can't really complain about too much. We'll get into this game a little bit. I'll have a couple slight complaints, but nothing crazy. But I feel good going into week 5, 4-0. Can literally put a stranglehold on the division this week with a win.
Yeah.
I
It'll
mean,
be crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's nuts to think about, but we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I mean, what the Bills can do in these first 6, 7 weeks is something they really haven't been able to do the last 4 or 5 years. We've talked about the number 1 seed. We've talked about the possibilities of creating some level of a gap between Kansas City, Baltimore, and those teams. And I mean, I'm looking at it now. My birthday is in 6 weeks or whatever, and I'm like, damn, could it be a scenario where going into my birthday weekend, we are a game away from clinching a
you
berth?
say that though, but if the Bills win this week, and I'm not overlooking New England, it'd be a tough
Right,
game.
right,
But
right.
I'm just saying, in the event that the Bills win this weekend, they will have a 3.5 game lead for the division after week 5.
Yeah, crazy.
That's I've never seen it. I'm sure it's happened before, but
Yeah,
I've never seen it where they can literally just moonwalk to the division at that point,
yeah.
barring something beyond crazy
Stay
happening.
healthy.
Yeah,
You know.
because at this point, Jets are done. I
Yeah,
ain't no coming back. I think
Miami's done.
Miami's cooked.
Yeah, they cook.
You know,
It's New England.
New England is the only
And
one
I
that
like
has
New
a
England.
puncher's chance.
Yeah, and I like New England as a wild card. We'll get into that matchup in a few
Mhm.
minutes, but I like New England chance as a I'll say 8 to 9 win team. I don't know if they'll reach excuse me, double digits this year. I think they're about a season away. Kind of like, I might have mentioned this before, kind of like the 2019 Bills. I feel like they're about a season away from where they could be going. But right now, I think they got to feel good about what position they're in because even if they lose on Sunday, they don't got to worry about Cincinnati. They don't really got to worry about a team in the AFC South. They don't got to worry about too much going on in the North, just with some of the moving and shake. Like if I'm a Pats fan, and we don't really talk much to Pats fans outside of the couple friends that we got who are strangely enough Pats fans, but if I'm a Pats fan, I'm actually a little optimistic this year that I
Look,
can.
to be honest, they probably should be a wild card team.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's
It's
what
them,
other
Denver,
teams
and
are going to step up and take that.
Baltimore.
At the end of the day, we know more than likely it's going to be 2, maybe 3 teams from the NFC West.
AFC West. Yep.
I mean, you may get 2 teams from the NFC South just because the rest of the division is trash.
Yeah.
And AFC North, maybe 2 teams in play.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
mean, Baltimore and I guess Pittsburgh, I guess.
Right,
But
and that's what I was going to say. It might come down to the West and the North, because the
mhm,
West, we already know Chargers most likely will get in the playoffs this year, along with Kansas City. We already know Kansas City will find their way in there, so I
mhm.
give them 2 teams. And then you can't count out Denver, so
Yeah.
2.5, 3.
I,
In
yeah.
AFC North, really, to me, whoever wins that division, that may be the only person to come out that group from the AFC
Yeah,
North.
potentially. Because again, I honestly, at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be 3 teams from the West that
Yeah,
end up getting through
that,
there. That'll
that's
take 2 wild card spots right there, and then again, it's gonna be a battle between
New England, Pittsburgh,
and what, Jacksonville. I don't know.
Yeah, Jax, Indy. Because I don't know if Indy. I told you last week I had the Rams beating Indy, and I mean, hello. I
Right.
mean, because that was the test. It's all good to get off to a good start the first 2 to 3 weeks. Shit, we used to do that back in the day with Trent Edwards.
Mhm.
But can you do it week 4, week 5, week 6?
It's
Because now
funny you mentioned that. I think that was the last time you went 4-0. Was that
Riley or
that
5
season
0.
with Trent?
Yeah, because I think we went 4-0. We might have went 4-0 with Fitzpatrick, or 3. No, I think it was 3-0 with Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think yeah, that 4-0 was with Trent, and then he got that concussion. Then it was a
Yeah,
wrap.
that was funny because that happened. Not funny, but that happened against Arizona, and I
Hmm.
was in Fredonia. I remember having that conversation with my
Yeah,
man. I think I was in Fredonia because I had that conversation with my dad at the time. I think we
yeah,
were talking.
we were there.
Yeah, we was all there. Maybe I think you was a
Yeah.
freshman. I was a sophomore.
Yep,
Crazy shit. That's going
freshman
way
year.
back. Though. That's God damn. That's going way back. But shout
Yeah.
out to those. Shout out to those days. We passed that. But I'll get quickly into the Saints, because I talked to my man Z off air, and I'm like, we ain't even going to go too crazy with the post reaction, to the Saints game. But like you mentioned earlier, score prediction was off, a little sloppy at times, the second quarter wasn't what nobody really wanted. Let's just call it
Mhm.
what it was. But the positives, and I'll let you get into the negatives because you say you had a couple things you wanted to complain about.
Mhm.
The positive I'll take from it is we continue to see the growth in the run game with James Cook, and Josh
Absolutely.
Allen being able to show at important times, getting away from pressure and being able to get that, his big run that he had in the fourth quarter, and James Cook just being James Cook right now. I mean, he's been probably our most consistent offensive player outside of Josh Allen. I mean, I don't want to say probably. He has been our most consistent
Mhm.
offensive player.
Absolutely.
We got a nice Khalil Shakir sighting. It's always good to see him, show that contact
Bro,
balance.
I was about to say that hit contact balance is ridiculous.
Top 2 in the league. Like, ain't too many dudes can do what he do when it
Yeah,
comes to yards after the catch. Like, that's truly over
it's a
the
gift.
last 2-3 years. That is really his MO.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a
you gotta
God given gift.
get damn near 3 bodies on him. And
Mhm.
even if you get 3 bodies on him, he still might shake loose. So shout out to Khalil Shakir. Defensively, I'll just say quickly, Deion Walker once again flashing.
Yeah.
Love to see that from the young cat out of Kentucky. No pun intended. Also Dorian Strong getting some snaps in there, playing well. And then Cole Bishop, last but not least,
Hell
making a
of a
big
play.
play, reading. Because it's one thing to make an athletic play where you get a one-handed interception. It's like, oh, okay, most of the guys in the league can get a one-handed catch or a one-handed interception. But to read and react the way he did on a trick play, because
Yeah,
I think I mentioned
he
last,
he diagnosed that play immediately.
right, and I
Hop the hash mark and boom.
crazy, yeah, and I think I mentioned last week that you gotta watch out for a team like the Saints.
Sure did.
Doing some trickery, doing something. I mean, they had the 10-yard line. They decided to exchange the ball between 3 people. Like,
And
okay,
they ain't had to do it. You know what's crazy? They was moving the ball. Just
they didn't
keep
have to do
moving
that.
the ball.
Yeah,
Like, yo,
and they were about to go up by 3 if they scored a touchdown there.
yeah,
So
like
it's
why?
like
Got cute. You ain't have to do that.
they ain't had to do that, right? So like, but once again, we always say in these games, and I tell certain people this, in the fourth quarter, these teams tend to show why they are 0-3, 0-4. We used to be the same way during the drought. It came down to the fourth quarter,
We'll find a way to lose.
and the win. Yep, The bad teams find a way to lose, the good teams find a way to win. And like it will frustrate us as fans because we will watch New England. We say, "Oh my God, we were one play away from beating Tom Brady. We were one play away from beating, Peyton Manning or Steve McNair." But it's like at the end of the day, the good teams find a way to win, and that's where some of our fans get spoiled because we're not used to being that good of a team where we win by a player or two. Because we still feel like, and I'm guilty of it too at times, we still feel like we should win these type of games in a blowout, right?
Right.
40 to 13, 35 to 13. Because we look at our team and we say, well, Rattler versus Josh Allen. What are we doing? But
Right.
in reality, in the NFL, it does normally come down to a play or two. That block field goal, that muffed punt, that forced fumble, that dropped interception,
Right. Roughing the punter.
that roughing the punter. So like 4-0. And,
Mhm.
and the positive is that some of those young guys who I needed to see step up, like I talked about last week, I saw some of those young guys step up. We still need more. All right. We still need more. We still need some consistency when it comes to tackling and some other things. But I'll let you get into some of the things that you saw.
Yeah. You just literally said what my biggest complaint was this week's tackling. Like 12 missed tackles.
Yeah.
That's in one game. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
That's not gonna get it done. No matter who you playing. Yes, you walked out with the W. Yes, all the yards you gave up on the ground, you still only gave up 19 points. Yes, those are still good things. However, you can't give up as many tackles as they given consistently and expect it not to bite you in the butt at some point.
Yeah.
And and the frustrating part for me is these are supposed to be some of your core players that are making these misses. Like that whole second line defense between Taron Johnson and Bernard and Taylor Rapp.
Yeah.
It's way too many missed tackles. And at the end of the day, all these running backs running free got your D line looking bad, and it wasn't even on them.
Right.
It's a whole lot of missed tackles, and Joey Boa not setting the edge
Yeah.
a lot, but
I
it's
mean,
whatever.
but
That's not gonna kill me. It's
right.
this tackling is frustrating.
Yeah.
It's been all season where missed tackle, missed tackle. You can't let Saints back up running back break 4 tackles in one play and then
Yeah.
score. Like we
Yeah.
can't have that.
And
Like
to
they
me, the only thing I was going to add on the tackling aspect, to me, it's two things there. It's a lack of focus and discipline
Mhm.
because it's not like physically these guys that you're mentioning can't do it. You know what I mean? Like we know Terrell Bernard can tackle.
Right.
I know Taron Johnson can tackle. I know Dorian Williams can tackle. Should
Mhm.
I know Taylor Rapp, as reckless as he is, I know he can wrap up. But
He's
like,
one of the best tacklers in the
right.
game
So that
normally.
so that tells me what we've seen in the first quarter, though. It's like you guys aren't paying attention to details when it comes to filling the gaps and just being responsible of covering your lane,
Just
covering your
taking
hole.
correct angles and
Yeah,
breakdown and
right.
tackle. Like,
That's to me, that's lack of focus. So I
yeah.
hope, and I said this a week or two ago, I hope that the coaching continues to ramp it up,
Mhm.
as far as like calling motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? We in the DB room, or whether it's we got the whole defense in one room, and we just highlighting certain
We gotta
things.
do better.
Yeah, that we don't like. Hey, Greg Rousseau, what are you doing here? Hey, Joey Bosa, we talked to you about setting the edge, and we got you 3 times in a row taking a wide angle out, and now we got a running back going by for 10 yards.
Mhm.
Like, to me, that's when coaching at its highest level comes into play. Is like, what can McDermott, Babbage, and these positional coaches do to really light that flame? And that's what I'm looking forward to,
Yeah.
is that not only are we getting some guys back, I don't know if Ed gonna be back this week or not, but like it's cool that we get some guys back. But what I want to see is the guys who have been in there and who have been guilty of these missed tackles. I want to see them step up and start making those plays. You know what I mean? Not just forcing the fumble in the fourth quarter and saying, "Oh, well, we got the ball now, game over." No, I need to see that in the first quarter. I need to see in the second quarter tackles for losses. That's why I applaud Deion Walker, because I'm like, Deion Walker, it don't matter if it's in the first quarter or the third quarter, he is out there getting in the backfield and making plays one-on-one, and sometimes one-on-two. So like, to me, it's not, and this is why I have hope. Like some fans are doom and gloom on the radio where it's like, I don't think we can do it this year. I mean, our defense is going to hold us back. I don't think it's that bad, but what I do see is that the players that we do have to correct those mistakes because physically, the guys that we have can do it. Physically,
Yeah.
I still believe in Joey Bosa. I still believe in Greg Rousseau. I still believe that when Ed Oliver comes in there, he's going to make a difference. I believe that Deion Walker is going to continue to grow. I believe TJ Sanders is going to start taking some steps in the right direction. I believe in Terrell Bernard. I believe that Matt Milano, when healthy, right, big air quotes, can make a difference. I believe Shaq Thompson is the perfect number 3 linebacker in this system. So I just named 5 or 6 guys where I'm like, well, I expect as the season goes along for that to get fixed, but I can see how after being 4-0 and being last, really protecting the run, bless you, by the way, being last or second to last in a lot of these categories, that doesn't feel good. Just because you know that you're in a conference where not only are you going to get some of the best quarterbacks, but you're also going to get some of the best offenses in the entire league. Outside of Philly and the Rams, you got the Ravens still. I know they're dealing with injuries, but by January, they still going to be the Ravens.
Right.
By January, the Chiefs going to be the Chiefs. January, the Chargers going, we'll see what the Chargers give us.
Chargers might charger.
I was about to say, I mean, but as a whole, we looking at the top teams and we saying the only way you beating the top 4 or 5 teams in the entire NFL is if you are being disciplined on defense, because you can't beat none of those teams that I just mentioned if you're gonna be not tackling motherfuckers.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, reason why I'm not tripping too much is those are correctable items. It'd be different if people was just completely out of position, the scheme isn't working, and they just getting out coached and all that, or out hustled or out muscled. You just need to go back to the fundamentals and focus on your tackling. So, like, I'm not tripping because I know it is a correctable item, and again, it's much easier to learn after a win.
Right.
You don't have to take the L to learn and go back and have these coaching points. So I know that they're going to be hammering them this week on getting their tackling down. Another thing that I didn't like, though, for this week is something we don't have to deal with too often. I can't even think the last time we went 4 drives in a row without scoring. That second quarter was ugly.
Yeah.
Penalties, just missed opportunities, interception, which I don't even think I mind that interception. Yeah, no, it's 3rd and 10. Coleman actually put a nice little route on dude.
He did.
But at the end of the day, you tip your hat to that safety. Yeah. Bro made a hell of a play.
Yeah, and the pass might have been a half a second late, but it's like,
yeah, I mean, it might have been a smidge late, but the safety made a hell of a play. Salute, good play.
I mean, shit, right.
But yeah, I mean, again, we've been a little spoiled, with this team over the last handful of years. So I mean, it's been plenty of teams in this league who's went 4 drives or a quarter without scoring, and we're just not used to seeing it. So when it actually happened, it's like, yo, what the hell going? Bro, we don't punt it 4 times. What is up? But again, they were able to get it back in gear, and that's the thing that I appreciate about this team, because even when the offense was slacking in that second quarter, the defense stepped up.
Yeah,
because the Saints didn't do anything in that second quarter. So even when the offense wasn't doing what they needed to do to help, the defense stepped up and said, "I got y'all. I'm gonna hold it down till y'all get y'all shit together."
A timely interception too. I mean, that was a part of it. It was like
plays huge.
They could have gave up that touchdown going into halftime, and now you talking about looking at the board, and the Saints got 17 points.
Yeah, and getting the ball after halftime. So not only did you stop them at the end of the second, you come back out in the third, stop them on their first drive, and you go down and score.
Yeah. So
now you done flip the game right back. So as bad as some things look. I mean, granted, they gave up 140 some rushing yards, but I'd much rather that come in the ground than in the air. Yeah. They ain't give up too many passing yards, under 300 yards total. Right. So like, it wasn't as bad as it may have felt in the moment,
right?
Because there was a lot of social media banter and a lot of radio calls and people. Pretty much saying, defense is trash. Just like you said, this ain't the year they're gonna hold us back. And I'm like, yo, first of all, it's still September.
Right.
I don't need the team running on all cylinders in week 4.
Nah,
I need them to be gearing up. And by time, if we have any same issues in November and December, all right, now let's have that conversation.
Right.
But I need my team ramping up.
Yeah.
Week 12 on.
That
was game time.
And just to add real quick so we can move on, the fact that the young guys are getting reps now,
It's
versus
huge.
versus
Huge.
us throwing young guys in December and in January. Like by the time December, January come, whether the guys are out there getting, the same amount of reps or not, at least we know in a pinch,
Right.
injury comes up, I can
It's
throw in
not your
Dorian
first
Strong.
snap.
Right. I can throw in a Dorian Strong if I need to. I can throw in TJ Sanders, Deion Walker, when I need to. Still haven't seen Landon Jackson. Who knows? This man end up being a red shirt year, and unless this is unless an injury, but like allergies acting up a little bit. Can you hold on, guys? Is it good on your end?
We got a little froze action, but
Hello?
I can hear you, so we're gonna keep working it out.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, let's do what we need to do to move on. Because I don't want technology to be an issue. Let's get into the matchup. We know that we got our beautiful, beautiful rivalry jerseys being popped off this Sunday night. The whiteout is being pretty much that's the theme. White towels, white hoodies, white t-shirts, the white jerseys with the platinum feel to it.
Say white
Um
tees,
man, yup.
3X.
Man, big 3X. You know what I mean? Might throw in some white Air Force Ones, but nah, it's gonna be nice out there. I think that the atmosphere they trying to create is much like a college atmosphere. We know what we've seen from Penn State and other colleges. I mean, OKC Thunder in the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
with the way that they do color theme type of stuff for their fans. But outside of the apparel, we know a game is to be played, which has some folks nervous. I'm already starting to get more and more people kind of giving their opinions about how they feel a little bit timid. Which guess what? It's a divisional game, so I get it. You know what I mean? New England just beat up on Carolina, but you ask me, Carolina's still Carolina. I don't care that they beat up
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta a week or so ago by 30 points. I'm looking at this matchup to be honest with you, man, and I feel like this is really a get right game for the Buffalo Bills. I almost looking at it reversed than what some fans are because I know some may say our weakness is their biggest strength. When it comes to physical game at the point of attack, stopping the run, those type of things. I'm honestly looking at the game where this might be a game where you might see the defense take it as a challenge. They're hearing about Drake May. He's the second coming to Josh Allen, and they do things this way. And they got Stephon Diggs coming in. He's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder, which I mean, I feel like he plays like that every game.
Yeah, they
Um,
know this.
yeah, he gonna be juiced up. He gonna be ready to make people. And I'm looking at it from the Bills standpoint, and I'm like, this would be a great game on Sunday Night Football to show we are still the big dogs in the division and in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
We know little bro coming, as I like to say. Little bro, we see you. We see you got your new outfit on and all that. I mean, the earrings on. Nah, I mean, not quite the diamonds, but you got the earrings that might cost.
Got the young fashion.
Yeah, they might cost 120 at Pearson Pagoda or something, but like you still got a little bit more ways to go. And even though I feel like New England is heading in the right direction, I feel like this is a perfect game if I'm the Buffalo Bills to send a message
Mm-hmm.
that, like, hey, you cute, your story, I like it. New head coach, you got you a wide receiver who can lead the other young guys. You got one of our old personalities also in Mac Hollins. Y'all got a couple good running backs. Return game is sexy. We like what
Definitely
y'all
is.
doing. We like what y'all doing, but we the standard. All right. We the next best thing to the Kansas City Chiefs, and you're gonna have to learn this is how we do things, especially when we at home. So I'll let you go first, man. What's one of the main matchups that you're looking for? Because we don't have to do multiple, but what's your I would say your top one matchup that you're looking at in this game right here?
Yeah. Honorable mention for this. I'm not playing no games on special teams this week. Ain't nothing being cute. Don't let them boys return nothing. I
Yeah,
ain't hearing it.
cool.
Punted out of bounds, coffin corner. Listen, we not playing.
Yeah,
Right now, that team is deadly. returning that ball. It
Right.
happened throughout preseason. This happened multiple times during the regular season so far. Punt that ball to the sidelines.
Yeah.
We can kick off normal. I felt fine there. Don't punt that ball to them. Don't
Right.
let them
I'm
boys
cool.
learn nothing. Matter of fact, they just don't even punt. Fuck it. Just don't
Yeah.
punt. Just keep scoring.
Fourth
But
and quarter, we out.
again, until I see otherwise, this main matchup is James Cook.
Yeah.
Can the team figure out how to keep him under wraps? Because right now, this team, yes, it's a Josh Allen's team. We know that. We know he can put the cape on it at any given time. But right now, the balance that this offense is showing is truly because of what James Cook can do.
Yeah.
Mostly as a runner, but also as a receiver. If he is running free 4.5, 5 yards a carry, New England's gonna have a tough time because that play action game's gonna be going. Josh can sit back there and have a little bit of time because they're gonna have to respect that running game. If they can get him out of that too high safety look, it's gonna open up that passing game. So to me, it really boils down to what James Cook can do against this offense. They got a stout front. I don't think they can be. They're not a terrible level defense at all. They got some talent on there, and also Christian Gonzalez on the back end too. So I mean, you got a stud at cornerback, but you got some guys up front that can, kind of hold their own. But this is a James Cook game.
Yeah. I like that because I mean, you want offense versus their defense, and I'm gonna go their offense versus our linebacking core. I think that the way that New England can really try to attack us is really through the middle, and sideline to sideline. I think most teams know the goal, if you're playing the Buffalo Bills, to run the ball. Like find different ways to run the ball, find different ways to attack their safeties. And the main group, I'll just say I'm looking at versus their unit is their linebackers versus their running backs.
Yeah,
I think whoever wins that battle when they have the ball, because we know Drake May, he'll extend the play sometimes. He'll get Stephon Diggs involved. And I think the sexy matchup, if you want to call it that, maybe Benford versus Diggs. I think that the Bills would be smart if they maybe try to kind of match them up. I'm not saying that Tre'Davious can't hold his own, but I'd probably much rather Benford on him or Taron Johnson, because if he's in the slot, I think Taron Johnson can get the job done.
yeah, he's
So
been running a lot of slots. So
yeah,
again,
so it
I
might
feel
be
confident with Aaron in there too.
yeah, it might be more of a Taron versus Steph thing, which I'm not mad at. But I really have my eyes on the Bills linebackers because I do feel like this is a game where they can make a statement. Because Matt Milano, if all reports are true, he has a good chance of playing on Sunday night. And
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I really hope so because one of our weak links lately has been Dorian Williams. He's been really getting attacked in the middle of that defense.
Yep.
So having Matt Milano, especially this week, I mean, you got a veteran coordinator and Josh McDaniel who knows how to isolate your worst player or your weak link.
Yeah.
And right now in that passing game, Dorian Williams is that weak link. So I'm hoping that Matt Milano's back, and even if he's not, I'm hoping Shaq Thompson would be the one that's really getting tapped in.
Yeah. And he was the next guy I was going to bring up. Is I think that with Shaq's experience and what he's shown in the first 4 games, I mean, he can make plays on the ball. And right now, when we talk about tackling being our weakest kind of area over the first 4 games, and you got a guy like Shaq who really hasn't missed many tackles. I know he's had a couple ones that he wanted back, but like for the most part, you get him out in the flat or you get him covering the run back, he's been doing his job, so you mix that in with Terrell Bernard being able to defend the tight end. I know they got Hunter Henry over there, and they can sometimes stick their running backs out in the flat too as well and kind of go sideline to sideline with some guys. So I'm looking at the linebackers and the safeties, but I really want to pay attention to Matt Milano, Terrell Bernard, Shaq Thompson, and if Dorian is out there, I know he missed practice Wednesday, so we'll see what it looks like for him because he may not even be active. It may be Shaq, Terrell, Matt, Joe Andreessen, and maybe Jenkins on special teams. So like we may not even
see Jimmy Charlo action.
Yeah, might see Jimmy Charlo. I mean, maybe we might need him on special teams, right? So now I'm looking at that veteran core though to possibly lead the charge for that defense because we already said the front 4 got to be able to do their part I think Greg Rousseau, he's due for a game where he makes a difference. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just, yeah, it's too much in that body for me to be like, he just going to kind of cruise through the whole season with like 3 sacks and like 12 tackles. Nah, we've come to know Greg Rousseau, and I think McDermott kind of mentioned it in his last, um, kind of, talk with the media, is that like they trust Greg and they trust for him to be in position and do the things that he's capable of doing because he's been that. He's been Mr. Steady Eddie on the defensive line for the last 5 years. So I would love to see Greg Rousseau pop in this game. I would love to see Joey Bosa get back there and give us another strip sack. I would love the Deion Walker to keep flashing, but I really think this is a linebacker game for the Bills because they will move their guys around. And their game right now, they don't really, from what I've seen at least, they don't really go and drop 40-yard bombs down the field and do a whole lot of shit that's gonna make you fall out of your sofa. But what they will do is a play here and there, play action there, over the middle here, to the running back there, and up the middle here. And at that point, you need your linebackers to fill the gaps and do their job. So I'm looking for our trio of veterans, mainly Milano, Shaq, Terrell. I'm looking for them to get the job done because for me, if they are on their A game, our defense should be able to do what they need to do to keep them under. To me, the golden number is 21. To keep them under 21 points or less, we win that game, no hesitation. So, with that being said, I mean, is there a certain player who you feel like is going to pop just due to the mismatches? I mean, I know you mentioned James Cook. Is there anybody else who you can think of that could be in for a big game?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is another Dalton Kincaid game. I mean, I think he's going to be the focal point of the offense.
Okay.
With them having Gonzalez out there, who definitely is a big factor in your passing game.
Right.
I think that Dalton Kincaid is due just for a continued breakout. He's playing some good ball. I mean, last week was a quiet week. I mean, only the one catch, but your one catch is a 25-yard touchdown.
Right.
So I mean, I think this is a game where it'll be more impressive from a number standpoint. And I mean, last week tight ends weren't even that involved at all. I mean, I think there was only 3 targets the whole game to tight end room in general. So I
Right.
think there's going to be more of an emphasis on tight ends this week. Again, that was probably the game plan specific because I
Yeah.
mean you had 6 receivers up last week, so it's obvious you want to do a little bit more with the receivers. But I think this is going to be a game where they see a lot more for the tight ends. I mean, I think we're going to be back to a lot of 12 and 13 personnel and really be heavy. I mean, we know this is going to be a physical game. A Mike Vrabel defense is going to come with that level of physicality. And anytime Bills have faced teams like that, they've been stepping up. And all right, you want to think you're going to build being big boy or bully us? Nah, fam. So I think this is going to be a game where they really want to set the tone physically.
And that's
And
why,
right
and that's
now, their tight ends are the one, really pushing that from an offensive
they
standpoint.
they got to low key got to have one of the most most versatile tight end rooms in the entire
Listen,
NFL.
again, Dalton Kincaid is I believe is an above average tight end. So I mean, they don't have the well, I mean, I think he has the potential to be an elite tight end,
Yeah,
but
top 10 tight end. Keep it up.
based on history, they don't have the top 3 or 4 guys. Really, only a couple stud tight ends. But
Yeah,
this tight end room as a whole, oh, it's up there.
yeah,
It's up there.
yeah. And the fact that you got a rookie who understands the assignment, as the kids say, is big because he understands it's a physical sport that we play, and you got to be able to stick your nose in there. You got to
Bro,
be
you know what I'm here for.
yeah,
He here for that.
right. And this is the game for him. I mean, we know that the December games and January games is going to be really up his alley too, but I look at a game like this, much like how it was when they played Baltimore. This is another Jackson Hall's game.
Yeah,
Like,
and at the end of the day, the 3 tight end sets that they can run out of this, even the 2 tight end sets, it gives them so much more versatility. Last couple years they've been doing a lot of heavy set. Bringing Alec Anderson in as the 6th lineman or the tight end.
did his role every once in a while, but
Yeah, but now that's filled with a tight end. So now you got much more of a passing game off of that because again, this is someone who still catches passes for a living too. So it gives them versatility. Am I running out of this set? Am I passing out of this set? Like it gives them so much more teeth to their offense. So like, and I think it's just the beginning because so far it's been a little bit basic coming out of those sets, but I know that Joe Brady is already putting so many different things on tape and already got other plays off of it that's just in the tuck.
Oh, yeah.
So like now you see some of these tendencies, but I got these tendency breakers that's gonna pop out when they need to. So like they're bringing the physicality and they're still dangerous. Because go super heavy if you want with that 3 tight end set, and then watch one of these boys get behind you. So like I like it. I just put it like that. I like the tone that the tight ends are setting, and I think this will be a heavy tight end week.
Yeah, and I will say, low key, I do feel like one of the other running backs will play a role in this game too, because I do feel like since the conversation has kind of been around, cook this, cook that, I do feel like Joe Brady is going to probably throw in a wrinkle or two this week, to maybe get Ty Johnson matched up with a
I
linebacker.
hope so, because they got to get these Cook numbers is a little high,
Yeah, it is, but guess what?
Come down just a little
Yeah.
bit.
And the whole thing is, at the end of the day, when the hand is hot, you gotta ride the hot hand.
That's
But
true.
at the same token, I will say, to keep defenses honest, you sprinkle in some play calls for Ty Ray, just to keep defenses knowing, like, hey, these backups can still do some work too.
And true. And at the end of the day, we got to get them other 2 running backs really running,
Right.
and mostly Ray Davis, because like he hasn't done much with the few opportunities he's gotten, but he hasn't had many. But like you got to get him rolling, because again, at the end of the day, James Cook is a 5'10", 190-pound running back. I mean, it's not like we're rolling out Derrick Henry, who can handle 300, 350 touches a season. Josh Cook is on pace for them numbers, or James Cook is on pace for them numbers, and I need him fresh in January and Laura Will in February. So like I need one of these running backs to be able to step up and take the load. But like you said, the boy's hot right now, and the type of runner he is, he's not taking big hits.
Yeah,
It's hard to get a clean lick on him. He goes down when he needs to. He hops out of bounds when he
Oh,
needs to.
you
So he's
seen when
not
he
taking a big
when he
beat.
angled out of bounds in the last game? My man
Bro was like, boom, I'm out.
Man, straight, and I was over
90
on
degree.
I
He
was on
said,
that
shit,
side of the
this play
field.
over.
I got that joint on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, he coming straight." Oh, okay.
Yeah, that man turned. I said,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Like he realized, yo, I ain't gonna score. Might as well just run out of bounds.
Yeah.
Take this hit for what?
Right. Yeah. And like I told you before,
End up like Tyreek Hill. No, I'm good.
Yeah. And I told you before, no bull. Like I said, not even because of the dreads, but he gave me a little bit of Chris Johnson / Jamal Charles, where like these boys was so slick and smooth, but they could get to an area if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, damn, like Chris Johnson had a time. And now I know Chris Johnson was on another level, but he was on a level at one point where you couldn't even touch him. Like,
couldn't even lay a hand on him.
Right. Yeah. If you tried to, he was gone 70 yards, 60 yards, like that. and I'm not saying he's too far away from that, because there are moments where Cook give you a little whoop whoop and then he gone. But like
it's a lot of the moments.
Yeah. So
I mean, he got the most 40+ yard runs or 40+ yard touchdowns in the league since he's been in. So he quiet as kept.
He cooking. He getting, like I said, he cooking. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep going.
I'm just gonna say he is one of the most explosive backs in the league.
Yeah. And the other guys who were in that category, they only getting older. Those dudes is past their prime. I mean, Barkley coming off an MVP caliber season, but I mean, look what he's doing right now. I know it's only 4 weeks in. Same thing with Derrick Henry. Right now, he's dealing with fumbleitis. So
he got that.
Yeah, ain't Cook looking like a top 3 to 5 back. That's all I'm gonna say. But we'll see if we can keep it going. We'll get right to the predictions though, because I know we about to hit the 40-minute mark, and I was flirting with the idea of trying to end this thing early. So I mean, score prediction from your side. What you got?
Tough game, Sunday night division, under the lights. Tough game. I don't even know what's the spread this week. Let me see.
I think they said 8.5.
8.5. That's probably gonna come down. I wouldn't be surprised if it made it to 6.5 or 7.5. But I see 8.5 over here. I think if the Bills cover, I think it'll be a late cover. I don't think it's gonna be a game where they up 14 all game or something like that. But I do see a Bills win. I think it's still a good matchup for the Bills at the end of the day. So I'm going Bills 34, New England 24.
34-24.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm around the same area. I ain't gonna even make it no big old rundown or whatever. I got 31-20. I was flirting with the idea of keeping it closer, like 28-21 or 28-20 or 28-17. But it's something sexy about that 30-point mark that I feel like the Bills
They
got something
keep
with.
hitting it. That's
Yeah.
why I went above it. They keep hitting it.
They find a way. And New England don't do enough defensively to scare me too much. Like I know what they can do on the back end. I respect Gonzalez. I respect, Alex Austin and what he's doing. The former late Bills draft pick over there. And they got some things up front that they do, but I just look at the way this offense plays, especially at home. They're tough at home when they get rolling too. So I just see them barely eclipsing 30. And I think we'll hold them somewhere around 17, 20 points. So I'll say 31-20 Bills. And similar to what you said, it's not going to be a game where I expect the Bills to dominate all 4 quarters, but I do expect them to pull away in the last, I'll say 7-8 minutes of the game. Maybe it's a late touchdown, maybe it's a defensive play that allows them to kind of run down the clock a little bit. But I got the Bills kind of, doing what they got to do to send a message. Like I said, this is a perfect game for the Bills to kind of like gather themselves and say, wait a minute here, let's play to our level and let's make sure we remain the Buffalo Bills that we know we're capable of being as that number one team in the conference.
Yeah,
and
I'm with you.
number one team in the league. I mean, when they're playing in all phases, right? Special teams,
Yes,
defense, offense. So I'm looking to get some guys back. Like I said, this may not be the week that we get Ed Oliver back. The good news is that
they practicing. They ain't had no red jerseys.
Right. The good news though is that the next game is on Monday night.
Right. Plenty of time to rest.
So there'll be some extra rest for some of those guys that are licking their wounds. So I got 31-20 Bills. Josh Allen on the bright lights with the sweet jerseys. I mean, I don't gotta say much else.
Listen, again, until they lose a game at home, I'm picking them to win. Like they got a long little streak going at home. And for me, I don't know if New England is ready yet to handle a shootout if need be. I don't know if they had the horses yet to be able to put up 30 plus. If they got to go blow for blow, can they do it for a full 4 quarters without making a mistake? The Bills have shown that they can put up 30 with their C game. And I'm not even exaggerating. Like there's been times this season where they didn't even pull their best out and still scored 30. So we know for the most part they can roll out of bed and do that. And I don't know if New England is ready for that just yet.
The Bills put 41 week 1, and it didn't even feel like 41.
Right. So I just don't think New England is quite there yet. I think they're head and shoulders the second best team in the division, probably by far.
Yeah.
They're not going to be a pushover. I just don't think they're quite at the Bills level.
Where they can knock the Bills off at home level.
That's the thing. A home Sunday night game.
Yeah.
It's a tough environment for any quarterback to come into their way. So,
and playing Josh and James Cook while they're playing at this high level. Like right now, they got their quarterback and their running back playing at an all-pro level. That's tough. I don't care who you is.
Yeah.
If your quarterback and your running back are both playing at an all-pro level, good luck. Around the league, I didn't check too much, but I'm gonna just give one. Because I think I was pretty spot on with the Rams Colts discussion last week. Because like I said, I had a feeling that the Colts. I don't think I had to say much else. I had a feeling about the Colts. I'll just say that. But this week is kind of it's a funny one because Jacksonville can do something hilarious against Kansas City.
That's one of the games I was going to talk about.
But for my gimme, this is tough. For my gimme, damn, it's some tough ones here. You know what? I'm gonna go with this one because this is not a popular one per se, but I'm gonna go with yeah. So this won't even be my gimme. I'll say this will be my upset of the week. I'm gonna go with Denver at Philly. I'm gonna get Denver knocking off Philly, and they lose their first game of the season, causing a little bit of commotion. All right, we know there's some commotion, there's some fake commotion going on, but I think with PS2 and that defense, I think that they're going to cause a little bit of some issues with what Philadelphia does. Now, granted, they can run the ball and negate everything that they do from a pass defense.
Do it all. Yep.
But I still think matchup wise, especially after all of the chatter, there may be some forcing of some things in that game from the Philadelphia side. And I think what Denver does though is they can interrupt a lot of what you got going on. But like I said, if Saquon has a Saquon day, then you can forget all about this upset. But I'm gonna go Denver going out to Philly and giving them their first loss. What you got?
I can respect that. I would say about that game, if there was ever a week they needed to find AJ Brown, this is the week. Like, he's too good of a talent for him to not be utilized. Like, like what? So I forgot y'all got this freak of nature at receiver. Like,
they got 2025 Eric Moles, man.
It's like, y'all know y'all got this dude on y'all team, right? Like, figure it out. That's it.
Right.
Figure it out. Figure out how to get him involved.
That's why I said about Denver, I'm taking full advantage of all of that.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, bro, at home, Philly, they're only 3.5-point favorites.
Right.
Vegas is giving Broncos a lot of love.
Yeah, Vegas
to come across country and play an undefeated Philly team and only be 3.5-point underdogs. No, they in there. I mean, if they win, I don't even know if I can call it an upset. Like,
that's what I'm saying, but it is right up there. Philly at home, so it's they're going to be favorite. But go ahead.
So I will say, game that I'm probably interested the most in is probably Chiefs at Jaguars, just from a AFC standpoint.
Yeah,
I want to see how Kansas City shows up after a great outing against the Ravens. I mean, hell, you came up and punched the boys dead in the face, and walked away and kept it moving.
And they needed it too. So
so I want to see how they bounce back. Was that just a 1 week energy boost, or is this what we rolling up with? And Jacksonville, I mean, this is your chance to prove that you are something. Because with the Colts losing last week, that division is wide open. It's right there for the taking if you want to walk in that door.
Right.
So I just want to see how that game plays out. Jacksonville got a lot to prove because right now, don't nobody really trust you. I don't even know if your fans trust you.
Yeah, nah.
So
I mean, Jacksonville always
you got way too much talent to not be doing what you need to do.
Well, Trevor Lawrence got to be one of the biggest flops I've seen. Like, if he don't do it this year, I don't ever want to hear nobody else talk about Trevor Lawrence. And I'm not saying because he got the best team around him. It's just the simple fact that this boy was anointed coming out of Clemson. He was anointed coming out of high school as the guy. Like, this is the next one.
And it was warranted.
Yeah, right. He was nice, but it's just like you get in the NFL and you in the AFC with Lamar, Patrick, Josh Allen, and like you be in the games with some of these cats and you don't even be looking like you belong.
Look at me. So that game I got my eyes on. If I had to bet, I'd say the Chiefs gonna win that thing, but we'll see how that plays out. But the other game that I am keeping my eye on is this Texans-Ravens game. With Lamar probably out for this week, and they had some terrible injury luck this past week.
Yeah, man.
So they down some names. And if Ravens lose this game and drop to 1-4,
scary. And don't let Pittsburgh win another one.
Yeah, they got a bye week this week, but
okay.
But if Ravens at 1-4, that don't look good. Spooky. So I mean, at that point, you got what, 2 more games you can drop comfortably.
Yeah.
and make the playoffs, because 3 or more now we looking a little iffy. And their schedule, I mean, they got Houston this week, they got Rams the following week. You got Chicago, you got Miami, you got the Vikings, you got Cleveland, you got the Jets, Cincinnati. So it lightens up on the
Yeah,
back end. But again, over this next couple of weeks, you lose the 1-4. You got to go play the Rams.
you gotta run the table, damn near.
Yeah, you gotta at that point you gotta win, because if you lose this week and you lose to the Rams, nah, bro, that's 1-4. That's 1-5.
Yeah, and they down some key guys on
Yeah,
the.
and now you literally got to run the table.
Not looking good, man.
Yeah.
But we gotta focus on. Big weekend.
Huge. I mean, listen,
Within our
we're the only undefeated team in the AFC. The road to the 1 seed is in our hands. Just take care of business.
So, as we already said before, man, y'all go into the game, act accordingly, have fun, enjoy it. It's hopefully our last night game. And when I say night, I know it's gonna be some later 4:30, 4:25 games, but last Sunday night football game of the year. And we're gonna represent all white. I think it's gonna look real dope.
Oh, it's gonna look fire.
Especially on the networks. You know what I mean? This is gonna be a game I can't wait to watch, from the crib, the recording on it. Obviously being there will be dope. I already got my James Cook jersey, so I'll be ready to represent for Mr.
Cook.
For Mr. Cook the third. And I copped that joint before he got off to his hot start this season. So it was me knowing, like, yeah, they paid him. Now I'm about to get that forward. But it's gonna be a dope feeling out there, man. Seeing all of the beautiful jerseys, all white, the tiles, and then more importantly, man, seeing our guy, Josh Allen, on the bright lights. I always say there's no better show right now in the NFL than that guy number 17 on the Buffalo Bills. It just is what it is. Like Lamar Jackson is a close second, when he's healthy. Patrick Mahomes at times, but even
Josh is 1 of 1 right
now. I'm
about
to say, even in the last 2 or 3 years, Pat ain't really been a show every Sunday. Like Josh, 98% of the time you're watching the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen is giving you entertaining football and having fun while doing it. So, like, bro, if you dare, you watching from home, enjoy this, man. This is prime Hall of Fame quarterback play that we getting a chance to watch. You can check any rankings you want. They either got the Bills number 2, number 1, number 3. You can check any rankings you want. They got Josh Allen either number 1 or number 2. Like, we got to take this all in, because it wasn't that long ago when we was watching Jeff Toole, Thad Lewis.
I don't even want to think about it.
I mean, Kelly Holcomb and like we mentioned before, Trent Edwards, J.P. Lossman. Like, we done been through the
Brown.
Yeah. We done been through the trenches, man. Okay. So be happy, Matt Castle, right? You know what I mean?
Late stage Kyle Lorton.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fan favorite Kyle Lorton, by the way, too. Oh yeah, it's a guy. Uncle Red. Come on, man. Don't get me started.
That was ugly.
Yeah, don't get me
Matt Castle.
Yeah, that's
what we had Vince Young in here for training camp.
Matt Leinart, like, bro, we done had some shit, but needless to say, we here now. You know what I mean? We went up and got a guy out of Wyoming who we all kind of, and he turned out to be that boy, and I'm happy because I know I got a good feeling that he probably gonna be the one to give us that Super Bowl ring and that parade that we most desperately want. I don't know if the city ready for that, because I don't know the city. I was about to say, I don't know if this is the right city,
bro,
for a parade.
Listen,
yeah,
hell no, we don't know how to act.
I don't even want to think about that. I don't want to think about that part, but
this city gonna burn to the ground. And this city ain't gonna make it to the parade.
I was about to say, living where I live, I don't really want to see that happen.
Oh yeah, you in the thick of it, dog.
Yeah, I don't really want to see that happen, but the feeling though, from 30 plus years of watching this team will be amazing. So like I said, man, I hope y'all, if y'all going there, have a good time, be safe. If you're watching from home, enjoy, kick back, kick your feet up. It's gonna be tons of games on, starting at 9:30 all the way into the late games. So we got a bunch of football Sunday, college football Saturday. We got baseball playoffs going on. We got preseason basketball approaching. It's a lot. So if you a sport, I mean, even hockey, I ain't gonna leave out the Sabres and all that other shit.
I say, come on, dog. Don't be disrespectful now.
Yeah, I was saying, I mean, yeah, all that other, you know what I mean? So sports as a whole, we already know when it gets to October, it is what it is.
You get some of it, you get some of everything, literally.
Yeah, you turn on the TV at any time after 6 o'clock, you're gonna see something. So enjoy this time of the year, but make sure you're taking care of yourself, take care of your body. A lot of this H2O, if you can see it.
Gotta have it.
Your vitamins, your meds, do whatever you got to do. Keep your body right. Take care of your kids and take care of your families as we go through, the last quarter of the year. So
literally,
yeah, for real. So y'all make sure y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man. I appreciate you all. I know Z feel the same way, man. All of those who click on YouTube and watch us, those of us who listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, pass the word around. We still gonna have a guest on there every once in a blue moon, so we don't like to forget about nobody. But for right now, we just appreciate y'all for checking in, man. Any last words, Z?
Nah, man, you said it all. Exactly what we need. We appreciate y'all rocking with us for another week, as always. If you go onto the game, be safe. No drinking and driving. None of that stuff. It's a night game, so y'all try to be on y'all best behavior, man. Get there safe, get home safe. At the end of the day, that's the important thing. But have fun. You go onto the game, get your all white. They're giving out the towels and everything, so have a little white out. Go have fun.
Yes, sir.
Bell said last night game of this stadium. Well,
and beautiful weather.
This regular season, right? Highs in the 70s in October. Listen, enjoy it. Run it up. Let's go get this dub. On behalf of Vel, I'm Zyrus. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We'll catch y'all next week.
All right. Peace out, y'all. And as always,
big dubs.
Bills, baby. Go